2025. It's been an excellent year for LEGO sets. So join me as I count down my top 10 favorite sets of this year. I feel like I do have a bit of a hot take for my number one choice, but I got some strong justification for it. I stand by my choices. So let's see if you agree with me. Here we go. My 10th favorite set of the year. It goes to the Speed Champions McLaren F1 set. But honestly, this could easily just go to any of the F1 Speed Champion sets. They're all pretty good. This is just the one that I have. Now, I used to think, if I wanted a really cool model of a car, well, I wouldn't get a LEGO set, because it's gonna be too blocky. It's gonna look like LEGO, it's not gonna look like the actual car. You won't be able to pull off the smooth look and feel of that car, and that has to be so specific, Well, Speed Champions has taken that way of thinking and completely removed it from my brain. Because hot dog, look at how accurate and well-made this is. It looks just like the real deal. Speed Champion sets are always a treat to make. So many fun techniques, really clean and well-crafted shapes and angles. Even just the techniques to flip the studs on the bottom, right here. These sets are masterclasses in building and an absolute triumph of design. Number 9 goes to a set that I knew was gonna be good, but after building it, it ended up being even better. It's the Age of Ultron Avengers Quinjet. The set designers did a stellar job of recreating the sleek curves and aerodynamic shape of this vehicle. There's a lot of really satisfying details tucked into this. It consistently amazes me when a LEGO set can pull off this level of smoothness. That kind of stuff is hard to do with your bulky and your blocky LEGO bricks. And the figures in this set, they are wonderful. The Black Widow and the Iron Man, hey, they look great, but we kinda have seen them before. Oh, and Hawkeye is in this set too. I don't know why I forgot to photograph him. My bad. This is another great figure, but one we've seen before. But a return of Quicksilver, that is fantastic. He's only appeared in one LEGO set up until now, so to get another version, it's very welcome. And Ultron. I think this is an upgrade on the older figure. Both are good, but I like this one just a little bit more. So many AFOLs complain about Marvel figures being under-detailed, they lack printing, or they just don't look very good. Thankfully, these don't fit that description. These are great. Good figures, a wonderful build, what more could you ask for? Number 8, it's my boy Soundwave. He just looks awesome. I have the specific transformer that inspired this set, and it's really cool to see it recreated in LEGO. So I've enjoyed all of the LEGO Transformer sets that we've got, but I do think this one might be my favorite of them all. There's just something about the sheer size of this toy and the high levels of accuracy. It's epic. The transformation is also quite satisfying. It's always impressive to see how this one condenses down into a much smaller size. Now, you might be aware that this has a sound brick. At first I thought, okay, that's gonna be a little gimmicky and lame. But nah, it's so satisfying to press the button, and the sounds he makes, so nostalgic. Heyo. The backside of Soundwave doesn't look as good as the official toy, but, with how good the rest of the toy looks, I can live with it. Oh, and then Laserbeak and Ravage. Yes, they look so good! And these little compact designs that compress down into cassette tapes. LEGO Transformers are just marvels of engineering. But it just keeps getting better. A simple press of this button ejects the tape, and you can take it out. Or put it back in, do whatever you want. Dude, this set translates all the best qualities of the original toy, but now it gives it that sweet, sweet LEGO touch. This rocks. Number 7. This one goes out to Fountain Garden. For starters, I do love the look of this set. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's beautiful. But what really grabs me with this set are the pieces. I'ma say it, this is the best parts pack of 2025. All of these lovely green pieces. And all these plants as well. If you're looking to build landscape mocks, this is going to be a big help. You get white pieces, which make for some very nice architectural details. You could easily incorporate those into any building. And all these lovely dark orange and medium nougat pieces, such a good color. But the best parts in this set, well, it has to be these magnificent printed tiles. These are gonna look so nice for floor decoration, details on buildings, perhaps even some sort of garment on a buildable figure. They are perfect pieces. The one downside to this set, it is a bit expensive. But these last few months, I've seen this on mad clearance. I found this at Kmart the other day for $100 off. $100! You can get this for a reasonable price if you shop around. Hey, I love a good parts pack. Oh, and I love this next one. The 6th best set of the year is the Guardian Dragon from Ninjago. So I'm gonna keep this brief, since I've actually done a whole separate video talking about why I love this set. So if you want a more in-depth look, check that out. But look at this. It's probably the best display piece of 2025. The way this towers up and demands so much space. It's very impressive. Now it's also nice to see a Ninjago dragon that kind of breaks the mold a little bit. We've had so many dragons, many of which have come from Ninjago, but none of them have ever been standing up like this and perched on a small rock. It's very impressive, the structural design that goes into making this actually be able to support its own weight. And the little vignette below. Wow, so beautiful, so peaceful. There's no other set this year that has captured so much beauty, and there's no other set that's done so in such a technically advanced way. This is a sick looking dragon. Mumbo number 5, this goes to a Dreams set. It's the Nightmare Shark Submarine. Dreams LEGO sets have become this like magical playground where the set designers can do whatever the heck they want. It's the best. Want to make a giant shark submarine that has a brain on top and it shoots lasers out of its mouth? Well, Dreams is a weird and wacky world where that stuff is normal and possible. And dude, this just looks so good. It's so imaginative, so creative. I even love a lot of the stickers on this set. Creepy skull designs, these odd TVs that look glitched and broken. And the wires, oh, dude. But it gets better. The set has an alternate build that allows you to make a hammerhead shark. I think I like this build just that little bit more. So I appreciate how much both of these versions, they really border on this being just that little bit militaristic, which is not something you see on a LEGO set. But you know, it still keeps things fun and very whimsical. Whimsical in a very LEGO way. And the minifigures, specifically the bad guys. This dude right here with that snazzy neon yellow cape and an awesome looking helmet. Look, I know nothing about the lore of Dreams, but this dude is dope. And the little Dreamlings with these cyber gladiator helmets. Wow. This is such an imaginative and quite fun set. I love it. This one is special, number 4. It's the Baratie from One Piece. One Piece LEGO sets is a frickin' match made in heaven. I'm so happy that these exist. Peak fiction meets peak LEGO. And mate, I love a good playset. Sure, you know, vehicles, dragons, cars, buildable figures, that stuff is my bread and butter. It's great. But as a kid and as an adult, my favorite LEGO sets are the play sets, the locations, the bases. Yet from the outside, you get a beautiful looking ship. And this color scheme, it's so bright and almost like animated. The fun colors give you a very luxurious but also quirky design. And all of this is like mad accurate to the Netflix show. It's also somewhat accurate to the anime. Obviously things changed because of the live action adaptation, but it's close enough. The way this fish head has been made, it was so much fun to build. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but hey, go pick this set up and look forward to making this section. It was good. A lot of nice building techniques. And the interior, it is so rich with detail. And it allows you to recreate so many scenes from the anime and the show. I'm a big fan of the booths, and even the food on the tables. It's very lively, very fun. But the best part is that the interior is spacious. There's a lot of play sets that don't really actually give you a lot of room to, well, play. It can be a little cramped. That is not the case here, and I love it. Every square inch of this is amazing. But I want to highlight the figures because it might actually be the best part of this set, which is saying a lot because the set itself is still pretty good. Getting every single one of the Straw Hats from the East Blue arc, oh, it's wonderful. Nami and Luffy, they have to be my two favorites. Exceptionally accurate, brilliant printing, they look amazing. My boy Usopp, he is top tier, and getting a chef outfit for Sanji, that's nice. Zeph is another brilliant minifigure who also comes with 2 ochre yellow Lego pieces. There's not a lot of ochre yellow pieces that exist. In fact, this is the set that comes with the most pieces in that color. Lego, make more pieces in ochre yellow. It's so beautiful. Zoro, that's another highlight. This new sword piece to place that sword in his mouth and give him that 3-sword style, bro. Super happy that we got a specialized mold for Mihawk's sword. I thought we'd get, I don't know, something kind of boring, but nah, they went the extra mile. And then Kobe, Helmeppo, Garp, it was so exciting to unbox every single one of these minifigures. I had a smile on my face the whole time. As someone who is almost 700 episodes deep into the anime right now, it's amazing to see these characters be made into Lego. It's a dream come true. And then a Den Mushi, the transponder snail. It's so good. I love this new snail piece. All right, look, I could keep talking. I have a lot more to say about this set, but we need to move on. This set, though, is peak. The final 3, and this one, oh baby. It's Jango Fett's Slave 1. Dude, I knew going in that this set was gonna be good, but I don't know, sometimes I buy a UCS set and I build it and I'm like, yeah, it's exactly what I expected. It's a cool model, but like, it didn't surprise me. It's exactly what I thought it was gonna be. And I was kind of expecting that here, but oh no. This exceeded my expectations. And my expectations were already pretty high. The shaping on this ship is mind-blowing. The curvature that they're able to pull off, the way that curve slopes and wedge plates have been used. There's so many times where there's this gap that's left in and you're like, there's no way to cover that up. And then they do. And they do so in a way that's very sturdy, strong, and clever. I'm not exaggerating when I say this was the best building experience that I've had in 2025. Every step was so satisfying and so rewarding. And the techniques? Wow. The clean, smooth finish of this is epic. And you know, it's funny, the original UCS Slave 1, Boba's version. For ages I thought that's a perfect set. There's no need to remake it, you can't get it any better. Well, I was wrong. This is that perfect remaster of this set. I once thought that this was one of the best UCS sets, and now it doesn't look nearly as good as this one. And look at the figures. Jango is amazing, and that arm, that leg printing, dude. And it's always nice to get young Boba as well. I kinda can't fault anything on this set. It's perfect. Number 2. If I had to title this one, I would call this the best play feature of the year. This is Lloyd's Jet Mech. So if this set was just the plane, it would be great. It's a good set. If this was just the mech, it would still be pretty good. But the fact that this can transform from one into the other, bro. And the fact that it's such a clean, easy, and fun transformation. I think that makes this a perfect set. I love that this is a gorgeous display piece, and something that can be so easily played with. It's everything you want in a Lego set. Now again, I've done a longer review on this set, so go and check that out if you want a really in-depth look at why I love this toy. All in all, I just think that this is the definition of what makes a Lego set good. It's beautifully designed, it looks nice, it's super playable. I love it. Now for my number 1 favorite set of the year. This might be a hot take, you might disagree with me, but hey, hear me out. The best set of the year is the upscaled Baby Astronaut, the Space Baby. Now, it might be small compared to some of the other sets that we've discussed, but a set being big doesn't automatically make it good. That's never been a defining factor. This little guy was a very satisfying build. Quick, easy, and really fun. You know, I said Django's ship had that incredible shaping that was so fun to make. This was the same. Just the shaping of the air tanks alone was so good. The way the arms have been built, the helmet, everything. It's perfect. When we compare this to the actual Space Baby minifigure, there's something so satisfying about seeing a perfect, upscaled version of an existing piece. And putting them side by side, it's very cute. But I think my love for this set goes beyond it just looking great and being very well made. This set has served as a huge inspiration for so many builders, and for the larger LEGO community. People have taken this set and recolored it. People have used this as a frame to build their own space-themed babies. People have taken it a step further and made a larger spaceman to go along with the baby. How good is that? Even master builder Stuart Harris, he made a Space Baby pirate, which I guess is no longer a space baby, just a pirate baby. But this is adorable. And we have plenty other baby-themed mocks. There's a lot. Heck, I even saw someone recreate this set in Minecraft. You know, any LEGO set that actually inspires people to get up and make something, that is the sign of not a good set, a great set. Because at the end of the day, that's what LEGO is all about. Making your own stuff and getting creative. And that's what this set has done for so many people. I can't think of any other LEGO set this year that has had this much creative impact. Yeah, even the Slave 1, a set that I've seen many people buy, build, and love. It's not like this has really inspired that many people to go out and build their own Slave 1. Space Baby just hits different. And if I'm bold enough, I want to say that the success of this set has inspired a brand new LEGO theme, which focuses on babies driving cars. Sets that inspire more sets? That's a winner. Mad shout out to Madison Stapleton who designed this set. You killed it. Brickset says that someone else made this, which is incorrect. I don't know why it says that. Madison has done like official signings of this set in Portland LEGO stores. I don't know why it says Leonard made this. That's not correct. Unless he did like the concept art for this or something, but even still, Madison made this. I don't know why Brickset isn't crediting her. Anyway, there you go gang, that is my favorite sets of 2025. Do you agree with my picks? Do you have some other favorites? Well, let me know your top 10 in the comments below. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. So now that the episode's done, go and watch One Piece. Yes, the anime is over 1,000 episodes, but it's literally the best story ever told.